So let's talk about our schedule before we get right into it. Today is day one. We go a little bit into what is love, but really a lot of this, I want to introduce the fundamental principles and concepts of the tantric science. Tantra means expansion, or in English, there's a tool to make fabric called a loom, which places all the strings or fibers together to create a fabric or a sheet. And that's meaning or representing symbolically the interconnectedness of all of us. So there is some fundamental principles that we need to understand to be able to go deeper into the topic of tantric yoga, but also tantric sexuality. So we need to understand about the metaphysics, the polarity of energy, chakras, sublimation, locks, and bandhas. These are having to do with the physical body, the energy body, and this is what are our fundamental practices also. Because in order to go really deeply into this teaching, it takes a certain amount of effort on your own part. It's not a theoretical practice. It's not just, okay, I heard somebody say something, now I can go out and be tantric. It takes daily devotion to evolving yourself through your efforts of balancing this body, energy, emotions, and mind. Okay? Of course, we're going to get into the orgasms and female orgasms and the reason why it's important to work with the pelvic floor, jade egg and yoni egg training, solo practices, yoni massage, and then Q&A at the end. So at the end of the day, we'll have a longer time for questions and answers. But at the end of each section, you can always ask me a question anytime you like, okay? Are there any questions? All right, day two. Tomorrow morning, men, we're going to go into the male orgasms, what it means to be a loving man, a loving woman, and then we get into the relationship aspect of it. And of course, we talk about the healing aspect of tantric sexuality, reflexology, which is part of the healing process that we can work with through the body, the art of making love, and I'm going to go into depth, folks. I hope you're open and ready for this. So, I'm not going to be shy and hold back. I'm going to talk about your body. I'm going to talk about all the good stuff that you're here for. So if you get shy, just keep smiling. All right. The art of oral loving, that gets pretty right to the point. And then we'll also end the workshop with the understanding of how to do a ritual, which is really empowering for ourselves. Now remember, some of you, who here is in relationship with a lover? Many, wonderful. Who here is in relationship with a lover who's here with them, who comes here in group and partnership? Great, okay. So even if you didn't raise your hand for either of those two questions, that's fine, because this is the path of balancing ourselves. And if you don't have a partner, that means it's your time to focus on yourself. And this is not a problem, it is a blessing. We have that space, and sometimes we think of it as a problem. I'm waiting, I need someone. Well, Tantra teaches us to become a whole being in ourselves. That way when we meet another being, we can connect at a deep level, and if we have to separate, I remain whole, and I'm not shattered by a loss, because no one else can complete me other than myself. So these teachings are for the individuals, for the couples, it's for everybody. Now, I would like to start with a quote that helps to actually give the fundamental understanding of this whole experience that we're going to have this weekend. Techniques, and we're going to be talking a lot about techniques because we would like to understand how to have more pleasure, better orgasms, understand how to balance all of these bodies that I keep talking about. So techniques are part of it, but they are not an end in themselves. They are not the goal. Only vehicles for traveling the tantric path, a path towards unity. What does yoga mean? Tantra is a form of yoga. Yoga means unity, oneness. Oneness between what and what? Well, that implies two. Unity between this individual and the universe and the cosmic creator. You can use any word you want. Some people say God, some people say super consciousness. It could be the unified field of energy if you're in science. It doesn't matter. The words are just concepts. And ultimately what we're guiding ourselves to do is have direct experience beyond concept. So don't get stuck in the words, okay? It's really about the idea of what the message is. It's not about labels. Tantra is just a label, and it means more than what we can actually apply to it with our limited understanding. It's actually a holistic approach to life. It's a lifestyle, and it's about embracing everything. Because in the tantric path, if it exists, it's here for a reason. So everything is understood and appreciated as being part of this manifestation, meaning that, guess what? We live in a world of duality. We know high because we know low. We know dark because we know light. And that is how our mind works, always in duality. So if we can understand how to transcend duality, then we can experience that state of union. And we can do that through lovemaking. And this is one of the joys of this path, is that it teaches us how to use something we're going to do anyway, most of us, and we love doing, and turn it into, or integrate it into our spiritual path of experiencing something beyond my limited mind and ego, experiencing that connection with Source. And that happens when a man and a woman, or two men or two women, it doesn't matter. Everybody's got the polarity of energy within them. So it's not an exclusive path. It means that everybody can get to this state of consciousness, of universal love. So it's a journey of spirit that Tantra offers. An intimate spiritual love is its fuel, its energy. This is a path, again, you're gonna hear, I repeat things on purpose, all right? I know that you're intelligent adults. I'm not thinking that you don't get it. I wanna drive the point home again and again and again so that when you leave this workshop, it stays in here. Because I know, having taught workshops and having attended many workshops in my life, and even Maha taught us, when you go to a workshop, most people remember 30% of what is, in a year from now, you think you'll even remember 30%. So I want to I want to invite you to receive this teaching deeply into your being. That's why I am a little repetitive. So don't get frustrated with me. I'm doing it for a reason. So this energy is what it's all about, okay? This is what we really want to understand, and this is what we're going to start to work with. How do I feel energy? Where is it? What does it look like or sound like or feel like, and what do I do with it? How do I open my chakra system with the energy? And that's a very important part of the system that we're going to go deeply into, the understanding of the chakras, and I'll go into that more in a moment. So Tantra uses love's energy to spark the light within us so that we may come to know ourselves and one another better. Exactly what you all just said you want to do, or most of you said that. This light of love is a healing tool for lovers. We are all on a healing journey. If you are in a human body, you are on a healing journey. Because no matter who you are, you've had suffering in your life at some point. Some less, some more extreme, some a little bit gentler. But we've all been hurt, and we've all hurt others at some point. So this is the path of healing through the science. It's science, it's an art, but the understanding is that we have now access to tools to heal ourselves, Do you understand that? It's not about looking for someone else to help you heal. It's finding out how I can heal myself. It's my responsibility to balance myself so that I can fulfill my path in life. We can't wait for somebody else or hope that somebody else can come along and fix us. So this is a path of self-healing, and it's a true gift to have these teachings because they do work. They truly do work. I've taught in a yoga school where I had thousands of people over the years, and I saw anybody who did the practice with some sort of commitment to the practice, they all transformed. All of them. Yoga works, and Tantra Yoga, please understand, Tantra Yoga is the yoga of energy and the physical body. People say, well, I'm doing Hatha Yoga, not Tantra Yoga. That's a misunderstanding. If you're doing Hatha Yoga, you're doing Tantra. Hatha comes under the umbrella of Tantra because Tantra is everything to do with the energy in the body. Before that, there were other forms of yoga, like classical forms, that actually said the body is the enemy. And all we want to do is quiet that thing down so we can transcend the body. Tantra comes along and says, well, we live in this body, and this body is a manifestation of the divine. Let's use it as a tool for evolution, for awakening to our highest level of consciousness. So if you're doing Hatha Yoga, Vinyasa Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, it's all a form of Tantra, right? And in the West, that's been a little bit misunderstood, so please get that point too. Now, those who walk in its reflection can achieve a radiant partnership, unique and everlasting. Ultimately, partnership is a great tool for evolution because we live with someone who is reflecting back to us messages and teachings about us all the time. Whether we like it or not, there is a reflection constantly in our face, or often, that's helping us to understand who we are. So Tantra, although in the original understanding, Tantra was really a teaching for the individual about how to balance that masculine and feminine within. But it also offered the understanding that sexuality and sexual energy are our most powerful energy for healing, for balancing, and for illumination. So if you can take that energy and send it through your body, you can heal yourself. And that allows you to then go into a relationship with another that you heal each other. And you work on that state of balance together. And that becomes a very deep relationship. It's not just about the ego's desires. What can I get from this person? Or I just want some sexual pleasure and that's all that I really need from this partnership. It's becoming how do we serve each other as the God and Goddess on this path towards awakening our highest state of consciousness. It's an incredible partnership when you have the same desire to evolve together. And you do your practices together each day. You support each other. And the darkness that we all have becomes part of our path. Because if we try to resist the darkness, then we suffer, because that darkness will come out and bite us in the ass at some time. We need to look into ourselves and see clearly who we are. This is a path of self-reflection, looking at yourself and understanding, yeah, I have a lot of light, but I also have some shadow. And not being afraid of your shadow, because it's not a bad thing. It's part of living in this duality, in this body. So, may these tools offered here light your way. So that's what we're here to do. I'm here to offer you tools to do all the things that I'm trying to share with you. And then the only thing I can do is say, you need to practice these tools to make them work for you. Otherwise, it's just theory, and in a few months, you don't remember any of this. But if you use these tools, you start to get the answers from within yourself. The tools are the techniques to help you find the answers to your greatest questions. Who am I beyond this physical body? Why am I here? What's it all mean? Where did I come from? Where am I going? That's what we're looking for, the answers to those questions. And if you don't have those answers, you don't really know your direction in life. And many of us suffer without those answers, right? I don't know why I'm here and I'm struggling. Well, the only way to figure it out is to go in every day, every day, every day. It becomes a commitment to yourself to heal yourself. And if you would like to be happy, and who wouldn't, If you'd like to be healthy, we all do, then you need to do the work. Okay? I'm like a coach. I'm a Tantra coach. You can do it. Get out on your mat, do your practice, and you're going to feel great. But only you can make that decision. And we all have so many excuses. And excuses are just like assholes. Everyone has one and they all stink. So don't let your excuses get in the way of you fulfilling your highest potential. There's a lot of hours in a day, and there's a lot of things that we do that aren't helping us to heal. So make some conscious decisions to step into your full power. I'm going to give you some tools to do it, but it's up to you, okay? I can't only coach you from here and then you're on your own.